All right, greetings everyone and welcome. No intro video here, nothing. We're going to be looking at what is happening with the conference here between Zelensky and Trump. So welcome to each and every one of you. What I need to make sure though, I'm using a different software right now than I typically use. So if I can get you guys in the chat to let me that we are good, that would be great. So do we have good audio? Everything good there? That's what I need to make sure of first. So, once we get that done, we're gonna go and I'm watching right now for the live, and as you can see, I've got I'm gonna watch it through PBS and really no commentary. We're just gonna listen. I just wanna see how it unfolds. Um, okay, so we got a Blues. Is all the audio good? That's let's check that first. And I just want to make sure because I'm looking at multiple screens here. I've been fighting a flood in my backyard and working on translating. Um, all right. Audio is distorted. So let me check on that. You guys hang on one second here. Tell me when it's better. Uh, audio, I got a perfect from there, but I can hear it probably. No, not good. All right. One second. Let's do that. And let me know what you got here. Mildly garbled, getting better, getting better. It has that. Okay. I'm taking that out. Um, Once again, I'm making adjustments here, guys, and I'm watching over there. Is the audio getting better for you now? Let me know that. Soft but no longer distorted. Okay, let me boost there. Let's do this. Is this better? And sorry about that. This is atypical. I'm not using my normal software. This is so I could get in here and give you this stuff straight away. So let me take it back to here, and we should be getting better. It is better from F Oink. Crystal. All right, good, good, good. That's what we want is crystal. So that's solid. And we are waiting still. I'm looking at the doors of Mar-a-Lago, and we're going to be watching through um, right here. We're going to be watching on PBS News together, and we're just going to watch it together. I'll be watching the chat, the comments. Let me get all of that going. Let me just go ahead and say straight away, thank you, Dunk on You 23, for that $20 super chat. And guys, I am completely not prepared. Well, I'm prepared mentally to look at it and listen to it, but I've been fighting a disaster in my backyard. Maybe I'll show it to you here in a second. And Duncan, you thank you for gifting those 10 memberships. So what can we expect? Who's supposed to be at the meeting? All of those things were being talked about. But I think what we need to discuss first, as we're kind of waiting here for this press conference, and that is this. We do know that President Donald Trump has had a conversation with Vladimir Putin. And I want to show you guys that. So I'm trying to do all of this on the fly here. Let me do this, present. We can do it this way. Sky and DRM are also live feeds. Great. I think this needs to be listened to for sure. So let me do this image file. We're going to get all these folders set up. Here we go. So we'll do this. Donald Trump just tweeting out. So this is 4:48 p.m. in Ukraine. Well, I'm assuming Ukraine. It may have been actually Moscow that this was shared. I can't remember where I got this from. Of course, I could look straight on True Social. But I just had a good and very productive telephone call with President Putin of Russia prior to my meeting at 1 p.m. today with President Zelenskyy of Ukraine. The meeting will take place in the main dining room of Mar-a-Lago. Press is invited. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President DJT. So for me, we can talk about it for a second. I'll look at the chat and we'll throw some of your comments up there. I'm also going to be checking out what is happening on the Ukraine front right now. But here's the deal. Very, very interesting that, let me give you this. This is coming straight in. All right. Ushakov. So Ushakov is, and if you guys see the video going, I know I'm just everywhere right now, but if you see the video going live, let me know, because I'm watching a different screen here. Let me put this one out here, actually. This will work good. Now I can see it. So Ushakov, who is the, how do I turn that off? There. Ushakov, who is the presidential aide to Vladimir Putin, just put out information. He says, holy moly. Okay, guys, here we go. Here we go. The call between Trump and Putin was initiated at the request of Donald Trump. Trump wanted to discuss issues with Putin before having a face-to-face conversation with Zelenskyy. The conversation between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin lasted for 1 hour and 15 minutes. If I was not live, I would translate this for you guys. Ushakov, I have his recording here. He said that Ushakov is stating that Trump listened to Putin's detailed arguments about the fundamental importance of focusing on the understandings reached at the summit in Anchorage. I remind you once again that this is the narrative. This is the narrative that Russia will not go away from, and that is, we made decisions in Anchorage. If you guys, and I'm assuming, you guys that are watching right now, and thank you for jumping on this live just on the spur of the moment, I've tried to repeat this narrative over and over and over because the Kremlin continues to refer to the Anchorage summit. So, of course, there were no signed documents there, but I really believe in my heart of hearts that there was a handshake kind of wink deal where Donald Trump was overestimating his ability to get Ukraine to capitulate. And from that, you have the territorial concessions, you have the Russian viewpoint, and that's why they will not leave from that. And I think Donald Trump ran into a roadblock, and he's unable to get beyond that now as once again, it just confirms the United States does not understand this war at all. We can leave it there. General consensus, yeah, that's a good comment there as I'm talking. General consensus, no understandings in the Alaska summit, just the same unrealistic Russian surrender demands they made in Istanbul for the 2022 invasion. Idiot Witkoff agreed, but that's all. But that's the point. And the other point is Trump was there with Putin. And by the way, the red carpet was rolled out, as you guys know, but not today. I covered that earlier. All right, so let me continue on this Ushakov, because this is very important that we hear this. I can confirm for you, and this is coming from Ushakov, and you may ask, Greg, sometimes it seems that you trust the statements of Ushakov. Why? Because he can lie just like the rest of them. He does. But you must understand, if you go to Russian sources, you can read the entire transcripts. You can hear, sometimes they release the audio of these calls, where the United States doesn't. Have you ever seen a transcript from a Trump-Putin call? Have you ever heard an audio clip from a Trump-Putin call? Of course not. So this is why this is the only source we have. Trump listened to Putin's detailed arguments about Anchorage again, and the spirit of Anchorage, according to Ushakov, means no ceasefire, but instead a peace treaty on Russia's terms, and that's going right back to what General Consensus just said, and I shared that comment. Now, this is Trump and Putin generally share similar views that the proposed temporary ceasefire by the Ukrainians and Europeans under the pretext of preparing for a referendum or under other pretexts leads only to a prolongation of the conflict and is fraught with the resumption of hostilities. All right, that's interesting right there, guys. That's interesting. So Ushakov is stating that on that call, Trump and Putin basically share the same view that a temporary ceasefire that is proposed by the Europeans and the Ukrainians not going to work. To end the hostilities, this is Ushakov still, Kyiv needs a bold political decision regarding Donbas. Given the current situation on the front lines, it would make sense for the Ukrainian regime to make this decision without delay. So interesting, guys. So interesting. All right, here we got a movement here on this video. You know, it was just yesterday that, and I'm watching video here. It was just yesterday that Putin was talking about how Russia was completely in control of the front lines. And let's see here. Let me do this for you guys. Let me remove this. Let me do that. Let me remove this. And this is not my normal studio setup, or it would be much better, guys. So PBS has started their audio and their stream here. Let's see what we got. While we're waiting for that, I'll just continue to tell you that it was Russia saying that they've taken Guliapol. It was Russia saying that they've taken Mirnograd. They call it Dmitrov, but the reality is they have not.
Yep.
They've not taken Guliapol. They've not taken Dmitrov. And they're trying to put this bold statement out just prior to this meeting. And we're watching all of this together. Additionally, Trump persistently put forward the idea that the war should be ended as soon as possible and spoke about the emerging prospects for economic cooperation between the United States and Russia and with Ukraine. So, guys, this is the same story over and over, and I'm watching you guys chat about it over here. Trump stating, according to Ushakov, that he's once again convinced of Russia's desire to reach a political and diplomatic settlement. Okay. Less than 24 hours ago, Vladimir Putin emphatically stated that if Kyiv doesn't capitulate, or even if they choose not to move their soldiers, we will finish this war by the completion of the special military operation. So let me ask you a question then. How on earth is Donald Trump convinced of Russia's desire to reach a political and diplomatic settlement? That's the big question. How on earth? Now, let me get these before we get going, because I think Zelensky's in that vehicle to the left there. F. Oink, gifting 50 memberships, one of my great moderators there, along with Dunk on You. Thank you so much for that, Oink. At Dazrob, 50 quid. Thank you so much, Dazrob 45, for your support and care. Just Not Good. Taco and Pukin. Negotiating about the war is no different than Pukin talking to Lavrov. I would make a joke there, but I won't, because I want to try to stay above board. But yes, Adam Rounds here, been with me for so long. Thank you, Adam. Fox News covering this makes me uneasy. Okay, here we go, guys. We've got Donald Trump coming out now, and I'll come back to these in a moment. Well, I can...
Putin serious about peace this time?
I do. I think he is. I think they both are.
I called him. I want to talk over. What was the message?
Gotta make a deal. Gotta get it done. Too many people dying. And I think both presidents want to make a deal. I believe that. I'm going to brief you.
We need Putin again soon.
Depends. I do believe that we have the makings of a deal. It's good for Ukraine, good for everybody. It's very important. There's nothing more important, in my book. We settled 8 wars, and this was the most difficult one. I thought it would be in the middle of the pack.
No sound?
This is the most difficult one, but we're going to get it done. We're going to have a great meeting today. This gentleman has worked very hard, and he's very brave, and his people are very brave. I think what they've gone through, no nation, very rarely has a nation ever had it go through this. So we're going to have a very good meeting today, I think, and I'm also calling President Putin back after the meeting, and we'll continue a negotiation. Pretty complex, but not that complex.
Do you need the Leaders' Day deadline?
I don't have deadlines. You know what my deadline is? Getting the war ended.
All right, guys, just let me tell you this right now. The sound is low because these are outside cameras, and I'm hearing that you guys are getting the sound. I'm pushing it as hard as I can for you. But let me just tell you, in case you couldn't hear it, Donald Trump said, yes, I called Putin. He wants peace. Zelenskyy wants peace. I have no deadline. Let's get this thing done. That's what they're talking about right now.
They'll be very much involved in protection, etc. But the European nations have been really great. They're very much in line with this meeting and getting a deal done. They're terrific people. I think you can say that. There's nobody there. And they've been very supportive, I think.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Thank you for this meeting. Thank you for your invitation. Yes, really, I agree with the President. Our teams, they do what they can. And I think that during last month they moved forward with negotiations, and the Americans take it very much and they worked very well.
Yes, PBS is live.
I hope that all these doctors can bring peace as quick as possible. So, and I agree with the President that really Europeans, yes, and the President is in contact with them.
Good thought there, Smitty. Let's do this.
What made you want to come in person to be president today?
Sorry?
What made you want to come here to Mar-a-Lago to be president today?
What?
Why?
So we spoke about our teams. They work on 20 points now.
Okay, so guys, right now it's going to be hard until they get inside, but let me tell you, I'm listening as hard as I can in my ears. You had a good idea. Something went by the chat very fast. No, I cannot turn closed captioning on. It's not allowing it. And they're talking outside here, very hard to hear. But Zelenskyy stating, yes, our teams have worked. We're prepared. We're prepared for this conversation, and we'll see what unfolds.
There in 20 points that 90%, by the way, was done by our 2 teams. I think they made a great job, great work, and yes, we will discuss these points also.
And there are great economic benefits for Ukraine also. Because, you know, there's a lot of rebuilding to do. There's a lot of wealth to be had. And they have great wealth. Potentially, they have great wealth. They want to get started. But there's a great economic benefit for Ukraine in what we're talking about.
President Trump, some are saying that the recent attacks in the past couple of days that Russia's staged against Ukraine shows that President Putin isn't serious about peace. What is your reaction to that?
No, he's very serious. I think, I can say that I believe Ukraine has made some very strong attacks also. And I don't say that negatively. I think you probably have to. I don't say that negatively. But I think, he hasn't told me that, but there have been some explosions in various parts of Russia, and it looks to me like, I don't know, I don't think it came from the Congo. I don't think it came from the United States of America. It possibly came from Ukraine, but I haven't asked that question. Maybe I won't bother asking. They're fighting a war, and we'll see what happens. But I believe it's a war that
Thanks,
we have
Luke.
2 willing parties. We have 2 willing countries. They want to see it end. Look, the people of Ukraine want it to end, and the people of Russia want it to end. The 2 leaders want it to end.
Mr. President, some of the economic benefits for Ukraine, Europe is holding some billions in frozen Russian
I'll
assets.
check that RSBN. Thank you.
Ukraine to help rebuild or go back to Russia? And
None of that's been determined, but it'll go, it's gonna go very quickly. I think we're in final stages of talking, and we're gonna see, otherwise, it's gonna go on for a long time. It'll either end, or it's gonna go on for a long time, and millions of additional people are gonna be killed, millions.
Sir, would you say,
And nobody wants that.
are you still frustrated?
All right, I'm going to switch to a different feed, guys.
President, would you say you're
when
still
you
frustrated?
say that you think it will either end or go on for a long time, and you say you don't.
Hang on one second.
I think we can do. And Ukraine appreciates it, and Russia appreciates it.
And we've got some
They
captions.
both want to see
Thank
it
you for
end,
that.
and we're going to get it ended. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you, I think, at the end, but I do think we'll call Europe also. We're going to speak to the European leaders. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So there you have it. Man, that was a thank you for that at the very end there.
All right, there you go. You see the Commander-in-Chief, President Trump, of course, with Vladimir Zelenskyy of Ukraine outside of Mar-a-Lago. Now they enter inside there. They'll have their meeting. This is something that I believe the press is invited inside as well. So we'll hear what both leaders have to say. Will there be another Q&A? We'll see about that as well. Usually what happens is the two leaders will greet outside of the White House, in this case, of course, Mar-a-Lago. Then the two leaders will go inside and we'll have that live opening comment by both world leaders from the Oval Office. And then there's the Q&A. So this time we're hearing the Q&A from the reporters early on. So we're just going to roll with the flow here and go with the flow as it's 1:35 Eastern time. This is RSBN Live. I'm Matthew Alvarez. As soon as we see
All right,
that
guys,
live
this is what
feed
we're
once
going to do
again
now. So he's just
in
talking about
Palm
stuff
Beach,
that we
Florida,
all know
we'll send it
about
right
there.
back
Let
there so we can
me
hear
remove
more.
This. Let me go back to full screen for you, and I will not waste your time today because I know we're all busy people. But I want to finish this Ushakov statement here because this is important. And for me, it speaks loads because you saw it right at the end there where they were walking in and I got to that RSBN, and whoever mentioned that in the chat, thank you very much. I will be using that one from now on. But I saw it go along the little bottom of the closed caption there. Putin wants peace. So it was there. This is the narrative. So once again, since you guys are here, give me 5 minutes of your time because they are meeting and I want to get prepared for the after meeting now. I thought the way Donald Trump tweeted that Zelenskyy would come inside, they would be seated, the press would be around, and they would have their talk, much like the February meeting. But that is not what we're seeing. We're seeing this open little conversation there where really nothing was stated. Zero new. Now they're going to have their private conversation. One of the things that I think is important to understand here is, and I saw a lot of you guys in the chat stating this, that Donald Trump is a businessman. And unfortunately, that's the only way he views. Everything is transactional. Everything is a deal. He doesn't, in my opinion, care about human life the way he portrays to care about human lives. He makes this statement constantly. We're saving lives. We want to save lives. We want to save lives. Well, sir, if you want to save lives, you have to defeat the aggressor, not aid the aggressor. You have to defeat the one that wants to destroy global stability, and you have to put global order in place. What you are actually allowing in this capitulation push, if you're going to say, okay, give this away and we'll do these big economic deals, and listen, in the future you'll be friends with Russia, and right now it'll be okay in the future, and we'll have a lot of money and we'll all get rich together. So that's the problem. Everything's transactional. So now they're going to go in there, they're going to have this meeting. But here is my number one problem. My number one problem, ladies and gentlemen, when President Volodymyr Zelenskyy was coming to the United States in October, we were ready for the meeting of meetings on that Friday, where it was very possible that Zelenskyy would leave there with missiles. Do you remember? What missiles? The big boys, the Tomahawks. Vladimir Putin called the night before. Donald Trump changed his mentality completely, just like you change your clothes. And then we saw the debacle that happened on that Friday. Once again, I remind you that today, on my earlier video, if you did not see it, President Zelenskyy landed in Florida, no red carpet, no Americans, just the ambassador to Ukraine and her staff. He then comes at this meeting that was scheduled for 3. They move it up to 1. We see that impromptu conversation there. Zelenskyy starts with, "Thank you for what you're doing. Our teams are working. We're ready to have these talks." But Trump starts by saying, even before the meeting gets started, "I've already talked with Vladimir Putin again, and he wants peace." How on earth is it possible for you to make the statement, you being Donald Trump, to make the statement he wants peace when less than 24 hours ago he was in his military uniform declaring that Russia wants to keep moving on in the war and will continue the special military operation? How on earth can you now stand in front of the world, in front of Mar-a-Lago, the epicenter of the Epstein files debacle there in the White House, and with a straight face tell the world Vladimir Putin wants peace? It's unbelievable. No, it's very believable. Now, let me finish this Ushakov, and I want to get to those super chats, and then I'm going to pause it, and we'll see what unfolds from it. If there is another press conference, we will come back live for that one, if possible. If not, we'll do a post analysis. Ushakov stating, and I was going, if you joined late, I was giving the statements from Yuri Ushakov, who is Putin's presidential aide. He gave the details of the Trump-Putin call, and we're working our way through those. He said that Trump told Putin that he's convinced of Russia's desire to reach a political and diplomatic settlement. Putin then agreed with Donald Trump that we need to create new working groups on various aspects of security and the issues of economic sphere. And the parameters of these working groups can be agreed upon no earlier than January. Trump and Putin agreed to promptly talk to each other again by phone after Trump's meeting with the Ukrainian team. And then they exchanged warm greetings for Christmas and the New Year. So the Ukrainian analyst that I'm reading, that I trust following this, basically what you have after the telephone call with Trump and Putin just before this meeting with Zelenskyy at some point today, Ushakov rejected the 60-day ceasefire for holding a referendum out of the gate. So we've been hearing about that. We could have a ceasefire for 60 days, hold an election. Well, that's never going to happen. And I can tell you, in my opinion, why. Because Russia will interject that they require all of these Ukrainians that are living inside Russia now to be able to have the ability to vote. It will be a completely manipulated sham election. It is not possible. We have hundreds of thousands of soldiers on the front lines. We have 6-8 million Ukrainians in a diaspora around the world. It's impossible in 60 days to pull this off. So they rejected out of the gate. Ukraine should withdraw from Donbas immediately. That's what Russia wants. The working groups will be created on security and economic relations, and Trump and Putin are going to talk again. and then this analyst that I follow, he says, listen, it's going to be very, very difficult day for Zelenskyy today inside that meeting at Mar-a-Lago. So we will see what comes from that. And yeah, again, a waste of time, but I think we knew that was coming. Now, I want to, since I have you guys here live, and we'll look through the chat. Listen, have you guys thought about security guarantees? See, this is a statement that we hear consistently from Ukraine, and rightfully so. We hear it from European nations, and rightfully so. And we hear it from Russia, which is 100% wrong. Vladimir Putin has even stated that, Russia has to make sure that they have security guarantees against Ukraine. That's the invading nation against the defending nation. It's lunacy. But I was thinking today, when I was making my preparatory video before this meeting, and I need to show you guys something since you're in here live with me. This is what I was having to deal with earlier today. This is my backyard, and you're here on the live, you get to see it. We have a significant, so I live in northwestern Pennsylvania. We've had lots of snow and ice. It all froze, it all melted. Now more snow and ice is coming in, but oh my gosh, I can't stop the water. I've got a company coming anytime now this afternoon to help me, but I've been fighting the mud. I feel like I was digging trenches, but anyway, I just wanted you guys to see that. Let me do the, how do I, let's do this here. I'll come back to the full screen here. Anyway, so that's what I've been battling, and I don't know how to take that one off. I'm using a high current comment. There we go. The struggle is real, Professor Gertis. That is correct. The struggle is real. So you got to see a picture of it there. So I want to close out with this, and then you can see Prof in here. I know we're talking about getting the analysis out after this meeting, which is taking place now privately. Here's the deal, and I'm going to get to the super chats. Listen, think about security guarantees for a moment. Ukraine is requiring security guarantees, and rightfully so. We have heard through these negotiations from now Witkoff and Kushner, American side, that there could be like NATO-5-like security guarantees for Ukraine in the future after a peace is signed. So capitulate, peace deal, security guarantees. Okay. I want to ask you to think about one question. Do any of you trust that Russia will not start another war? You can look at the history of Russia under the leadership of Vladimir Putin. They are a warring nation. And if the United States gives NATO-like Article 5 security guarantees, and Russia was to reinvade or break the agreement, which they will, is the United States ready to put their money where their mouth is? And when I say money, I'm talking about our military. This is the huge question. And really, a lot of folks don't want to think about it on a little bit of deeper level. But this is a significant question, especially when Putin is saying he needs security guarantees. This is why every day you hear President Volodymyr Zelenskyy state correctly, we need security guarantees, we need security guarantees, we need security guarantees. And people get so angry and upset that he is repeating security guarantees over and over and over. But maybe now you understand why they are so important. All right, let me catch up now. Oink gifted 50 memberships. We had Adam Rounds there on Fox News. Peter, or 7WL, 23.99 euro. Peter Orswell, Peter, thank you. Slava Ukraini. And then we have, awesome. Seabass Smith 7487, 499 super chat. Going to Ukraine in 4 days. I hope the conflict will end soon. My wife was telling me how loud of a night it was in Kyiv. Yes, and this will continue, guys. Absolutely will continue. They will continue to strike heavily the way they're doing. They want to completely de-energize eastern Ukraine. Of course, affect Western Ukraine, but they want to completely de-energize. In fact, you know what? Since we're live, let me do this for you. Let's do it, guys. Because I need to let you know there. I want you to understand. All right, so I'm figuring out how to do this. Remove that. Add to stage. No, not that. Remove that. I want to remove. I'm not using my software. I want to share a screen, and I want to share this. And I want to do that. There. Perfect. So listen, here's the deal. They're not going to stop. Here is, let me hide that one for a second. And Seabass Smith, thank you so much for your support of Ukraine, and safety to you, my friend. Safety to you. So guys, just so you understand this, here it is. Here's Kyiv in the center, and this is what's being attacked nonstop. We have the frontline conflict. We have Russia saying we've got all the initiative now coming toward Konstantinivka, towards Kramatorsk, and towards Slavyansk. Now, we have Russian boots on the ground in the Kharkiv Oblast. Kharkiv Oblast is not in the Russian constitution that they changed their laws and just threw Russian territories in. You know, that would be like Mexico changing their constitution and saying, hey, Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, and California are ours. That's what happened. Okay, we also have Russian boots on the ground in Sumy. That's a different region other than the four. We're not referring now to Crimea. There are also new boots on the ground in the very northern part of Sumy Oblast. All of this here. So they also have boots on the ground in the Dnepropetrovsk Oblast down here. So Russia has boots on the ground in Kherson, in Zaporizhia, in Donetsk, and Lugansk. They control 99.8% like of Lugansk, and then the percentages of the Donetsk, Zaporizhia, and Kherson. But Russia wants it all. They want all four of these regions. But in addition to that, this is why the strikes will intensify. They want to knock Kyiv completely out of power. Additionally, right here is the town of Koval. I covered this in a video not too long ago. Koval is right here. This is the main train route that comes from Warsaw or Krakow, comes through Lublin, comes straight across Ukraine, down through the Zhytomyr region, Rivne region, and into Kyiv. Russia is striking these tracks along here quite regularly. They're trying to take out rail infrastructure in the Volyn region, which is right here in this northwest corner. They're striking the tracks in Zhytomyr region, and they are facilitating this through air coverage, through antenna, through spy technology that is on top of roofs all along Belarus. Belarus is complicit in helping this. Additionally, Ukraine is going to be under immense continued attacks in Odessa down south. Why? They want to cut this off here. They've already taken out two key bridges, they being Russia, and they want to eliminate this region of Ukraine as being a transport route for supply coming through Romania, and sometimes it skirts through southern Moldova to Odessa, and from Odessa on to the front. So this is why Odessa's being hit nonstop. And then you have the Dnipro River, which flows down like this, comes down to Zaporizhia and out to the Black Sea. They want to de-energize this complete section. Why? This is why they're hitting Poltava so hard. They want to de-energize this complete section, because when that's de-energized, it creates difficulties for Ukrainian soldiers to charge their systems, radios, power banks, eat, refresh, whatever. This is what they're doing. In addition to that, they will continue to strike places like Vinica. Right here is where Khmelnytsky is, my home city. Down here is where the Starokonstantinov Air Base. They're constantly striking there. Ternopil, where we had the massive strike and 38 people were killed in that residential building. They're hitting Ivano-Frankivsk more. They're always hitting Lviv. But you can see what they're trying to do, and that is completely cripple Ukraine so that Vladimir Putin can call and he can talk to Donald Trump and say, hey, we're in complete control. The reality is this, guys. This small nation right here is defending, and I know a lot of this is tundra and lost land and disaster areas. Oh, not down there. They're defending against this. They're defending against Iran. That helps. They're defending against North Korea here, right here, which helps. They're defending against India. You say, Greg, what are you talking about India? They have returned to purchasing oil at pre-sanction level, funding this machine. They're defending against China, technology coming through, assistance coming through. Do you see? This is what this little nation is defending against. And Vladimir Putin can't move the line more than 100 meters at a time and declare in his military uniform, we are victorious. Donald Trump believes every bit of it. This is the issue. So I think we're prepared now. Let me get to a few more super chats there and the questions. I was getting ready to hit my other button here. So thank you. Your super chat led to all of that. Let's go here. Papa Dutch in the house. The only thing productive about Trump is Putin calls is the long distance charges. Only Papa Dutch would come up with that statement. There's the legend Papa Dutch, $5 super chat. Rick from the Netherlands. Massive Ukrainian supporter, €11.99. How the heck could Trump agree with Putin? A ceasefire would not be in the best interest. Who is he to have an opinion? He pulled out and turned it into the money grab, all while undermining NATO. Exactly. I mean, guys, maybe I'm wrong. Rick, thank you for being a member for 17 months here on the Hope Train. Papa Dutch, member for 22 months. Trump is a realtor, not an insurance agent. Okay, that's liquid gold right there, Papa Dutch. Trump is a realtor, not an insurance agent. The same thing for Witkoff. You know, I'm ready, and I love my country, but I'm ready for us just to either get in or get out. And if we're just going to sell weapons, then just sell weapons and shut up. But to think that you are a mediator, you're not a mediator. Donald Trump is not a mediator. Donald Trump doesn't understand what he's doing. He does not have the wherewithal to understand the Soviet mentality and the Kremlin propaganda. And everyone in the world is trying to help him understand that. And when I say that, people of the world, or people who can speak about reality, like a President Vladimir Zelenskyy or a Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio, of course, basically silenced on this issue. It's sadness. Ryan Howe, 1073 Canadian 5. There is a freaky correlation with Epsteiner and pro-Russian. Add some credibility, some kind of blackmailing conspiracy going on. Well, you know, I don't cover the Epstein files a lot. I do when it affects things that I'm trying to cover. But listen, it's so deep. Your comment is accurate. It's so deep. And when this thing continues to unfold, I think even the people that are expecting things to unfold are going to be surprised. It's absolutely horrendous. And I don't want to make this political. I'm trying to update you guys on Ukraine here in the meeting with Zelenskyy and Putin. But when you call this a hoax or a Democratic cover-up, guys, I'm a Reagan guy. When you call it that, you're wrong. This is a overwhelmingly human issue where there was only one no vote in the Congress, the United States Congress, about not releasing. This is going to shock people as it continues to unfold. Rick from the Netherlands, €5.99. Trump has to put up or shut up, contribute or sell weapons, and leave the talking to the grown-ups. No war ends peacefully without a ceasefire. Absolutely, Rick. 100% agree with you, sir. F Oink, Flex Seal, Greg, Flex Seal for the backyard. Well, Oink, I have battled with the Flex Seal, and my hands were all covered, completely white. Flex Seal is part of the Army. Yes, thank you. Rick from the Netherlands again. Rick's frustrated today. €2.49. Russia is the biggest country for a reason. That's exactly right. Seabass Smith back $4.99. My wife and I are hopeful that the war will end, but not very confident. I just hope the Russians are still not attacking us when I go back to Kyiv. Seabass Smith 7487. Let me tell you one thing here, my dear friend, and for your wife. I hope the same. But if there are attacks, please listen to me closely. The war has changed immensely over the last 12, 18, 24 months. Even when you're in that mega city of Kyiv, if the air alarm goes off, go to your place of safety. Do not hope that everything will be okay. It's too late. 12 months ago, people were tired of it, but it was not the attacks like we're having today. Go to your place of safety and stay safe. Blonde Bombsheller. She is moderator extraordinaire, member for 20 months. Shout out to awesome chat. Slava Ukraini. Ryan Howe, 1073, Canadian 5. I trust Putin with security as much as I trust Scott Ritter at a schoolyard. Oh my gosh, that's so good, man. That's so good. Cypher, member for 22 months. And yes, Cypher, I think that's what you told me. No. Truth. Message me again. Slava Ukraini, Geroim Slava. Papa Dutch. Moldova already has a seed colony in it. Next is Romania. And Papa Dutch, you are referring there to the Transnistria region. And yes, I've been there, but I'll go in and show you guys. In case you're wondering, Papa Dutch is talking about this area right here. Basically coming down Tiraspol like this. You have the Transnistria region that is breakaway. This has about 1,500 Russian soldiers in it, but it has an immense amount of firepower. And, I would love to just see Ukraine just pop this and take it out. Just liberate Moldova. Let's do something. It's like the Kursk shocked the world and really shocked the Russians. Ukraine could take out the Transnistria region in a New York minute. I mean, it would require resources and a lot of it, but let's shake it up. Let's shake it up because, yes, Russia wants to connect this right here, guys. It's very simple. They want to completely block the Black Sea and block the river Dnipro coming out of Kyiv and downriver. That's what they want. So that's what Papa Dutch is referring to there. I think you got me now. I hope this is being beneficial for you guys. Papa Dutch, in that scenario, Hungary plays the part of Belarus. That is correct. 100% correct. and it may be Slovakia soon. I don't know, to be honest with you. User Dutchy, $5.99 for the best car finder. 100%. Thank you for that, User Dutchy. And XA, JJ Killers, member for 20 months. Let's go. Yes, that's where we're at, guys. I want to say thank you. All right, guys. I think we're there. Yana's in here. Hey, Yana, welcome. We got something coming, guys. It was supposed to release today. Yana, I had a war happen in my backyard with a flood, and then Zelenskyy in Florida. We're all over that. So everybody, we're getting ready to release a big fundraiser here. Was Viper in the chat? Viper. There you go. Let's go, Viper. They're on the front line fighting. Greg, just sell guns. Russia only understands weapons and force. The rest is just what it is, noise. That's what I said. Thank you, sir. 100%. And you guys keep Viper in your hearts. And you are correct. Cypher, got it. Thank you, sir. Viper there fighting every day. So, guys, be blessed. All right, that's where we're at. Let me check here really quickly. One more thing. And I'll sign out, and then we'll come back with the next one. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Stick with me, guys. I'm going to show you here. Here we go. I think I can add this in. Now we know for sure. This is what I was waiting on, and you guys being so smart, you probably already know, but let's go here.
Would you like something to eat at this time? Yes or no?
How do
You
I
can
make
speak.
that play?
Yes? Okay.
I
Margot,
want to
take them outside.
play that. No. Let's remove that. Let's delete that. You guys are probably enjoying me doing this.
Serve them a little lunch, okay?
Thank you, Press.
Thank you, Press. Thank you, Press. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Press. Thank you, Press.
Oh, 1 second. That's the wrong audio. That's the wrong audio. That's the wrong audio. Let me play this again for you. Good grief, Greg. I'll be back on my other software for the next stream. Here we go.
Because if you'd like, would you like something to eat at this time? Yes or no? You can speak. Yes, sir. Yes? Okay. Margot, take them outside. Tell the chef. Serve them a little lunch, okay?
Thank you, Press.
Thank you, Press. Thank you, Press. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Press. Thank you, Press.
Okay.
If you'd like, would you like something to eat?
Okay, guys, this is interesting here. So he's speaking to the Ukrainian press, and maybe others as well. And the reason I said that is because I saw the ambassador from Ukraine make some hand signals there. So she probably knows some of these reporters behind her. I'll play the video again. You'll see her. She's in the white coat here.
Because if you'd like, would you like something to eat at this time? Yes or no? You can speak.
See?
Yes?
There,
Okay.
right there.
Margot, take them outside. Tell the chef. Serve them a little lunch, okay?
Thank you, Press.
Thank you, Press. Thank you, Press. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Press. Thank you, Press.
So who is there? I see President Zelenskyy. I don't believe that's Umarov beside him. On the other side, we've got
Would you like
Kushner, Witkoff, Rubio, Trump, Hegseth, some military. And is that Stephen Miller? Guys, do I have it right here? I was stopping the stream, but Susan Wiles. Where is she at? I don't see her. I'm actually surprised, man. So, you know what's interesting? This means that Stephen Miller, everybody is at Mar-a-Lago. When I say everybody, I'm talking about the United States team.
Because if you'd like, would you like something to eat at this time? Yes or no? You can speak. Yes, sir. Yes? Okay.
Oh, yeah. There she is behind.
Take them
There it
outside,
is.
tell the chef.
Thank you,
Serve them a little
Susie
lunch,
Wiles.
okay?
Thank you, Press.
Thank you, Press. Thank you, Press. Thank you, guys.
Right there. Yep. Okay. Holy moly. Hegseth looking down his nose at them. And some general
Thank you,
there.
Press. Thank you, Press.
So the general is going to be there right here to tell Zelenskyy he doesn't know anything about war, probably, when he was just in Kupiansk. So, and no disrespect to that man whatsoever. I salute our troops, but it's the first time I've seen military brass at a meeting like this. This is going to be interesting. Let me see. Okay. We are getting a report that a joint press conference of Zelenskyy and Trump will take place after their meeting. I expect this meeting could go a while. Let me check one more thing here, and see if anything else I'm missing. By the way, tomorrow Donald Trump will be meeting with Benjamin Netanyahu. Okay, I'm just confirming that we're caught up. Okay, and the Kremlin has just put out that Putin and Trump will speak by phone again after the meeting with Zelenskyy. That's the Kremlin stating. And the Kremlin once again reminding that Trump called Putin. Putin did not call Trump. And the Kremlin has once again reiterated if there will be a cessation of hostilities, Ukraine will be required to make a political decision concerning Donbas, meaning capitulation. We do have a confirmation that Trump has no deadlines and that he's talking about the economic side. Okay, so this is interesting. Let me play you this clip since you're here. Let's do this one. And once again, I'm sorry, guys, but I'm doing the best I can with using a different software. Let me add this video clip in. And it's right here. You can judge for yourself here.
We're in final stages of talking, and we're going to see. Otherwise, it's going to go on for a long time. It'll either end, or it's going to go on for a long time, and millions of additional people are going to be killed. Millions. And nobody wants that.
Okay, so let's hear that one more time before you're going into the meeting. It's either going to end or go on for a long, long time.
We're in final stages of talking, and we're going to see. Otherwise, it's going to go on for a long time. It'll either end, or it's going to go on for a long time, and millions of additional people are going to be killed. Millions. And nobody wants that.
All right, so we have it, guys. This is where we're at as of 2:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9:10 p.m. in Ukraine. And thank you, guys. I missed some of you. It's the team. Let's see here. Steve Fowler, 3164, $20 super chat. Trump must pressure Putin. I completely agree, but we're not seeing any pressure. We're seeing agreement. And we know it's agreement because Donald Trump is stating, I had a good call with Putin prior to the meeting. Putin wants peace. When Putin was just in his military uniform yesterday. F-Oink, Hungarian Forat 400. That's not the U.S. team. That's the Project 2025 team. Very interesting, accurate statement there, sir. Papa Dutch. 4-star, whoever the general is. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. And please, guys, I'm all respect to that general. I love our military. I love our military and I'm proud of our soldiers, but I just hope that guy is not in there to say I'm a 4-star general and you need to capitulate. I don't think that's going to happen, but 1999 Seabass Smith 7487. I was in Ukraine when the war started. I really appreciate your coverage and support for the Ukrainian people. Please send me a DM. I would like to send you some of the souvenirs I've gotten from over the years there. Oh, thank you, Seabass. Listen, if you're not in the Discord, please join there and send me a message there. And Blonde Bombsheller or the team, Dunk, F-Oink, all the guys will make sure I get it. I'm getting so many messages right now. It's overwhelming, and I definitely don't want to miss it. So, and for everybody else watching live, our Discord is an amazing place. I don't think the link is in this description because I went live quickly, but you can go to a previous video like this morning video, and the link will be there for Discord, or Blonde Bombsheller can put it in the chat right now. It's a great place. Just not good, $5. All the real estate agents there to carve up Ukraine. Very accurate, very accurate. Johnny Nedregard, Norwegian Kroner 22. Hello, Hope Train and Slava Ukraini. Well, I think that's where we're at, guys, and we'll pause it here. So I will be back. I'm watching everything, and we'll break it down, the follow-up of this. We'll either do it live or analyze it, make sure we have good audio, and get the analysis out after this meeting concludes. I expect with that many people there, and it's moved up from 3 o'clock to 1 o'clock. I remind you, it wasn't even supposed to have been started yet. This one's going to last a while. So, because this may be it. This may be it as far as U.S. and what they are going to do. I don't know that, but we'll see. We'll see. So thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing and liking and commenting, subscribing. Make sure that notification bell is on. To all the moderators, thank you for jumping in here so fast, so quickly. We appreciate all of you. To all the guys over in Ukraine that are watching, Slava Ukraina, Gerom Slava. Viper, stay safe, dude. And Yana, you're in here. Get ready. Go let it rip. And be blessed. All of you guys, stay posted. Could be back live or with another update video for sure. Imminent. Be blessed, and we'll see you later.